Good evening, y'all. Man, y'all have such a supportive school here. Man, let's give it up for the teachers that are trying to bring all this support up. And shout out to all your parents that showed up, because that says a lot about how you care about your kids, how much you want them to succeed. Y'all give yourself a round of applause. Unfortunately, I was not that parent for a long time. Have any of y'all ever heard of a country song or heard a country song in here? Well, a lot of country songs, they talk about how life was so bad. Okay, so that was my life. In 2015, I lost my job. I totaled my car. I got evicted from my house, and my dog died, all in a matter of a couple weeks. And that's a country song right there, if you've ever heard one. All the dogs died. Okay, that was a result of me living a 17-year drug and alcohol addiction. I speak to your students whenever I'm here. I started drinking and drugging at the age of 16, and I had no idea that it was going to take me down a path for 17 years. And I'm a single mom, so for a long time, I was not like y'all. I did not show up to the school. I did not care how she was doing in school, because I had the drinking and drugging at the forefront of my life. Not by choice. It's not like, oh my gosh, you know what? I dream of becoming a drug addict and alcoholic. I didn't choose it. It was just what happened. I chose to drink because life was trying to beat me up, and I just couldn't get a hold of it. I've been to jail several times. They even caught a felony charge. I spent time in rehab. But then one day I was like, you know what? It's either life or death. I'm about to go spend a long time in prison because I was under the microscope of all the law enforcement agencies, including the FBI. Or I'm going to kill myself because I hate life. Life just sucks so bad. So I'm from Mississippi, and I packed up my car with $200 in my pocket, and I moved to Florida. I live in St. Pete, Florida, the Tampa area. I had no job lined up. I had no place to go. I had nothing but just a desire to change. My daughter stayed behind. In fact, she didn't live with me for a whole year. And I raised her by myself since she was 6 months old, and that was a really hard thing to handle for me, because even my own flesh and blood gave up on me. Everybody around me gave up on me. So I had to look in the mirror and say, it's me and you, girl. It is me and you against the world. I didn't have a cheering squad. Nobody was saying, go girl, go, you can do this. I didn't have none of that. I had to look myself in the mirror and say, let's go. If you're gonna make it in this world, you've got to change your behavior. So I did. I started listening to E.T. on YouTube. If you've not heard one of his videos, I highly recommend y'all go look at it tonight. Well, maybe not tonight, because if you're anything like me, it hypes me up so much, and then I can't go to sleep because I'm like, yeah, let's go. So everything that he was telling me on the videos, I applied to my life. And little by little, I was like, wow, I made 6 months sobriety. Wow, I made a year. And now I'm almost 4 years free of drugs and alcohol. But I knew that I had a little girl watching me. I had to change my life, because if I didn't, she was going to follow my footsteps. And so little by little, I got my life back together. She came back and lived with me, and let me tell you what, it was probably the hardest year of my life. Getting sober, having a 13-year-old move back in with me after being gone for a whole year. That was the hardest days of my life. But we pressed through, and here we are. She's a junior in high school now. She is going to do, she's so amazing. She's going to an internship in Costa Rica this summer for a veterinarian school. Like, I'm just so proud of her, and I just have to give myself credit, because what if I hadn't shown up for myself? Where would she be? How would that affect my child? It plays a huge role. Your actions, you coming here tonight, speaks volumes to your children. Whether they say it or they don't say it, I promise you they're watching. I promise you they are. And so, after I got sober, I was like, I had no idea what I was going to do with my life. Speaking was not one of my dreams, but apparently it's just what I've been called to do because I don't like to stand up on stages and, you know what, I was a meth head for a long time. I don't like to admit that to the world, but by doing that, it helps set others free. And to me, that's more important than everybody looking at me crazy like, what, you was on meth? Yes, I was on meth. That's where my addiction took me. But I'm happy to say that I'm a published author and I'm a student leader at Penn State University. So they voted on me. The world voted me most likely to go to the state pen, but I am a student leader at Penn State. So my whole point in telling you all this is your actions directly affect your children. My daughter was failing classes. She was 20 pounds overweight, and now she works out every day because I do, because I have to work out to stay sober. I hate the whole process. I freaking hate working out. But I know that it's necessary if I want to continue to live this sober life. My daughter works out now. She lost the 20 pounds and she's kept it off for almost 4 years now. She's a straight A student because I'm a student. We study together, not together, but she's studying in her room and I'm studying on the computer and at my desk. And man, it's just, wow, like all because I trace it back to I just believed in myself enough to change my life. And I just want to encourage y'all, whatever path you're on today, show up for your kids, show up for yourself. If you show up for yourself first, your kids are going to see that and they're going to show up for themselves. And then they're going to show that to their kids and it just trickles down. And y'all have the power to break generational curses. I don't know what's been in your family, but in my family, there was a spirit of poverty. There was lots of spirits, but I claimed a couple years ago, I am breaking all that for me and my daughter. We're